will our 2023 YZ500 perform against a full field of 4-strokes? We've come to a proper old school scramble today to find out the answer. Let's go racing. We are lining up for a good old-fashioned stubble cross race here on board the Yzilla 500. We'll be taking on both friend and foe, so let's get the beast started and ready for the first of 3 races today. So it looks like the YZ500 has got some great drive out of the gates and it's powering up that hill using all of the might of that 500cc motor, but just edged a little bit wide around the first turn, currently sitting in 4th position. But before we carry on with the race action, let me just stop, rewind and explain what on earth the Yzilla 500 actually is. Last year we bought a brand new YZ250 and transformed it into a 500cc beast using BRC Racing's awesome new YZM500 conversion kit. With the help of our friend Roland Shaw, the conversion went smoothly and we were able to hit the track with our new beast. The Yzilla has done test rides, dyno runs, drag races and shootouts, but today she will experience her first ever gate drop. This will not only be our first race with the bike, but the first race for the YZ500 anywhere in the world. Okay, so it's race morning. We've got our guinea pig ready to rock. Sean, how are you feeling? Heading into the first race, the first ever race on a YZ500. I don't think it's ever been done before anywhere in the world, so how are you feeling?
Excited.
Excited?
Yeah, excited.
Sean Smith was the first rider after me to give the Yzilla a real test, so I thought it was only right to get him back on board the bike for its maiden race day voyage.
Beautiful.
Sean will be lining up next to another friend of the channel, Mr. Alan Joyce, who will be riding his KX450. Are we ready for it, Sean? We're pumped up, ready to go.
We're 100%.
Whole shot bonus, race win bonus, podium bonus. It's all on the line, okay?
Is that what I'm getting nowadays?
Yeah, I know, I'm not telling you how much you get for each thing. And you got the Joycey bonus.
Oh yeah.
If Joycey beats you, I'll give him a bonus.
Oh dear.
No pressure.
No pressure.
Also, so you're in a mixed vets and Evo class, right?
Yes.
So two classes.
Hold on, over 35s.
Vets, over 35s.
Yeah.
And how old's Sean? And Sean is 57.
No, not
51. And so it's 2 classes split separately, scored separately, but running together. So you actually will be racing KX500, CR500s.
Yeah, I think there's a couple in there, a couple of like
so
KX250s.
we're racing 4-strokes and old 500s, so you've got to beat all the other 500s as well.
Yeah.
No, John, I'm just saying,
then.
you're the only one on a 2023 500.
Well, it best win then, hasn't it?
Yeah, best win. Let's do it, race 1. It's all led to this, the first race for the YZ500. It's time to see what the Yzilla is really made of. It's time for the gate drop. So Sean Smith on board the YZ500 has got a flying start. He rockets out the gates and into the first turn. Looks like a whole shot is in his hands. No, he gets pushed wide around the first turn. He sits there in 4th position early on then. Quickly into 3rd, but he gets countered back by John Tapp on the number 7 Gas 350. So Sean Smith has 3 big 4-strokes just ahead of him here on the opening lap of action. A Kawasaki 450, a Gas 350 and the Husqvarna there just ahead of him. And if you're unfamiliar with stubble cross, this is a formal winter racing here in the UK. You take a disused farmer's field, tape up a track and hang loose. So powering up the far hill for the first time then. Sean Smith currently sits in 4th position on board the YZ500. He's got Alan Joyce just behind him there in 5th. And Steve Marlowe on the KX450 gets demoted to 3rd position. So it's that KX450 that Sean Smith now has in his sights. Is there anything he can do about the big green machine? He is certainly on it early on in this race. Hanging loose on board the big 2-stroke. listen to the bike feed in the deep corner and sing up the hill. Just glorious from the 500cc two-stroke. Sean trying to keep some tight lines on board the Yzilla. Oh, and Steve Marlowe makes a mistake. Gifted third position to Sean Smith then. And oh, Sean just goes wide a little bit there. Is that the early signs of the dreaded arm pump, perhaps? This is the first time Sean has ever raced a 500cc two-stroke. It's only the second time he's ever ridden a 500cc two-stroke. So he's going to be heading down to Arm Pump City soon, I am sure of it. But for now, Sean Smith is hanging on to the big two-stroke and hanging on to that podium position because he's been hounded by his old sparring partner, Steve Marlowe, on board the KX450. These guys have battled a time or two in the past, and here they are again. An awesome battle for these last few laps. But you can just see the body language of Sean Smith on board the YZ500 starting to change. You can tell that that arm pump is certainly setting in now, and there's still a handful of laps left to go. And Steve Marlowe up the inside then, so he steals away that position from Sean Smith there. So Sean Smith demoted into fourth position on board the Yzilla 500, and now he's being hounded by a couple of the Evo bikes. Remember, this is a mixed class. These will be younger lads on the Evo bikes. And Seth Manners on board the RM125 makes a swift pass on Sean Smith there. Remember, these lads will be a lot younger than our veteran racer Sean, the 51-year-old granddad who's attempting to tame the Yzilla here today. And look at this. What are the chances the Yzilla 500 has found a YZ490 from 1988? And they're going back and forth on track. What an awesome big four two-stroke battle this is. And Phil Dyson on that YZ490 makes a pass on Sean Smith. But look at this, Steve Marlowe. He's stopped on track. It looks like a bike issue for Steve Marlowe. So as Sean Smith drops a track position to Phil Dyson on the YZ490, he gains another position in his class due to the misfortune of Steve Marlowe on board the KX450. Sean looks over, hoping that the checkered flag is now out. And yes, it is. So Sean Smith grabs a podium in the first ever race for the Yzilla 500.
Shawnee, you in the land of arm pump? My arm pump is solid, man. Honestly, I can hold on no more. Look. Well, it was good until I got arm pump.
You had that whole shot now, didn't you?
Yeah, and then they just ran me out wide.
Yeah,
so,
I thought you outbraked yourself.
Like 3/4 way through, the arm pump was that bad, I just couldn't hold on. So I'm going to, just to give it a bit of adjustment, I think, before we go out again. Mate on the
I was filming, I was like, oh my God, I hope that's not my bike making that noise.
No, it was his. I did actually think, I don't think that's going to last, so I'll just chill out behind him, but it lasted the whole meeting.
So on the box, first race, on the box?
On the box, first race.
I think, weren't it? Yeah. So, got to improve on that.
So we're getting ready for race number 2 here at Silverstone. But before we drop the gates, I just need to give a big shout out to our awesome channel sponsors, 24MX. Without the support of these guys, we simply couldn't come racing and we couldn't build crazy bikes like this. They've also got a bunch of products that make life at the racetrack much easier, like the ProWorks stand and the ProWorks ramp. If you like the look of these products, check out the link in the description down below to find out more. And be sure to remember to use our discount code MAX15 for 15% off. Now let's drop those gates. Can Sean improve this time around and climb a step further up the podium? As the day goes on, he's only getting more and more comfortable on board the beast. Race 2 is up next. And the gates have dropped for race 2 here at Silverstone. We're just next door to the world famous Silverstone race circuit. But we're stubble cross racing here today. Another good start for Sean Smith and Alan Joyce there on the KX450 right next to Sean Smith on the Yzilla 500. Steve Marlowe looking to storm up the inside of Sean Smith to take over that third place position early on in this race. John Tapp takes a race lead, the number 7 on the Gas 350. We have that Husqvarna rider there in second position. His name wasn't on the timing and scoring after race 1, so perhaps he's not running a transponder at the moment, which means that he's not going to be present in the overall results. So that means Sean, according to the timing and scoring, got second in race 1. But Steve Marlowe is looking for redemption here. He had that bike issue at the end of Moto 1. And he takes over third position from Sean Smith at the end of lap number 1. Sean Smith letting the Yzilla sing. He looks far more comfortable already in this moto. And he's going to be back on the hunt to reclaim that third place spot from his old nemesis, Steve Marlowe. Sean just searching for the loamy berms to get some traction down on the big two-stroke. It's a joy to watch, a joy to listen to. And here he is all over the rear wheel of that KX450. And Seth Manis is joining the party on the RM125. So we're going to get some Evo bikes in this mix as well. But remember, all Sean has to worry about is the modern bikes. Those Evo bikes are not in his class today. A mistake from Steve Marlowe allows Sean Smith to sneak up the inside and retake that third place position. And Seth Manos makes a quick move on Steve Marlowe as well. So Sean now has that pesky little RM125 all over his rear wheel. And turning down tight, Seth Manos makes the move on Sean Smith and the Yzilla. But Sean's just got to worry about keeping Steve Marlowe behind him on the KX450. John Tapp in the race lead has run away with things in this one yet again. Oh, Sean Smith hits the deck. Just tucks the front end in that tight corner, trying to make a move on the back marker. He drops, looks like just one position to Steve Marlowe. So how can Sean Smith respond to this? It looks like he's responding well, back on the gas already. And look at this, once again he's got Phil Dyson on that YZ490 right behind him, all over his rear wheel. These two are just finding each other every time they hit the track. The last lap flag is out then, 1 lap to go in Moto 2 here. Can Sean Smith close the gap on Steve Marlowe and retake that third place position? While he's thinking about attacking, he's also got to think about defending because Phil Dyson is there behind him. And I know Sean will not want that 1988 YZ490 to make a move on him just for the sake of pride and to prove which one of these two riders is the best big ball racer here today. Powering up the hill goes Sean Smith on the YZ500. He's making up a lot of ground on Steve Marlowe now on board the KX450. Look how close he is with half a lap to go. This is going to get interesting before the finish. Steve Marlowe desperately trying to protect the inside lines. It's a little harder for Sean to make those inside lines on the big two-stroke, but he's doing well so far. With just a quarter of a lap to go, it is as tight as ever now. Look how close it is. Sean letting the big dog feed here, the YZ500 looking for a final victim in Moto number 2. Oh, this is going to be a close finish between these three. Steve Marlowe once again protecting the inside lines. Sean Smith trying, searching for a place to pass before this one is over. Just a handful of corners left to go now. Powering back up the hill. Oh, it's so close, but Sean has to be careful because Phil Dyson is right there ready to pounce if he leaves the door open. The penultimate corner then, Sean Smith, here he comes. And Phil Dyson is right there. Oh my God, it's so close now. Marlowe protects the inside. This is the last chance for Sean Smith. He opens it up, twists the grip on the Yzilla, but it's not quite enough. Steve Marlowe gets third. Sean Smith has to settle for fourth.
Drama.
Race 2 had a bit of everything, didn't it?
It did, yeah.
Not as good a jump out the gate, I'd say, no?
No, I thought it weren't too bad. I think I was top 3 into that first corner.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, but out
yeah.
of the gate wasn't
yeah,
so hot.
no.
But the power of the Yzilla got you up that hill.
There, yeah.
You elbowed Alan out the way, didn't you?
Yeah, well, that's a muscle by, didn't I?
You had to take care of Joyce in the first corner.
Yeah, riding roadblock, Alan is, so you need to get past him quick. Yeah. No, well, I got by Steve first.
Got past Steve, yeah.
And then I thought, we'll settle in and just run a pace, and then just got into the lappers and just took a real tight inside line to try and get underneath, and I just folded the front. Luckily, with all my life, I had hold of the clutch, and I thought I'm not letting go of this because it'll be game over, and kept it running and back on, and caught Steve right to the checkered flag. So good.
Yeah, that was a dramatic finish, and you managed to fend off that pesky YZ500.
He goes well on that, but I bet that thing's soft.
Yeah.
And it's awesome round here because there's no jumps and it's old school motocross. So fair play to him on the 490.
So just tell us how much respect have you got for these guys who ride to the 500 GPs?
Like massive respect, like huge. I used to watch them back in the day when I was younger. Do you know what I mean? And and actually now riding one, they're just phenomenal. I think they're better than a modern day motocross rider. You can hate me as much as you want, but honestly, you try riding one of these, and then come and talk to me because they're animals. And they rode them for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
We're doing like 15, maybe 16 minutes out there.
On that time though was good.
Not too bad, yeah.
Because of the little rest you had.
Maybe, but no, I've done a few alterations, setups on the bikes, but it's I've only done one film on it, and it's the second time on it, and we chucked me in at the deep end and raced it. So.
It's almost time for the third and final race of the day. It feels like it's been a long journey to get to this point. We had a few late nights in the workshop to get this bike built and complete. And here we are now at the racetrack battling for podiums. It's certainly a surreal feeling to see the Yzilla out there banging bars with all the 4-strokes. But I think both Sean and the bike are doing us proud. And if you've been with us for the entire journey, I'm sure you too are pretty pumped to see this day finally come. Let's drop these gates for the final time today. Here we go for the final time today. Our buddy Alan Joyce with an awesome jump out the gates. He gets out-braked into the first turn though. Sean Smith a little bit further down the pack. Oh, he's getting bumped around the turn 2 there. Has he survived? Yes, he has. There he is on 2 wheels. So how did he make it out of that? This is how he did it. I think he got a bit of a love tap from his old buddy Alan Joyce there actually. And somehow Sean Smith has come out of there unscathed and sits inside the top 4 now. Let's look around the outside. Yes, an outside pass on the 137. That's Alan Joyce, our friend, a friend of the channel. So somehow after all of that action in turn 2 and 3, Sean Smith finds himself in 3rd position on track. Getting more and more comfortable on board the big Yzilla. As the track beds in, there's a few more berms and ruts. You can just lay down the power so much easier now than he was able to this morning. So a lonely ride for Sean Smith, but he knows he can take it easy in this moto. He's got an overall podium in the bag for sure, and he's gunning for that 2nd place overall as well. But once again, Sean Scott, Seth Manners and Phil Dyson, the 2 Evo class riders, they have been causing him problems all day long. They're all over his rear wheel once again. Seth Manners makes the pass on the RM125. He's flying today. But remember, he is much younger than Sean Smith and in a separate class, so nothing for Sean to worry about there really. The last lap flag is out, and once again, Sean is fighting for pride in this one. He's got 2nd overall on a lock. He's trying his hardest to keep Phil Dyson on the 1988 YZ490 at bay, keep him behind him and prove that he is the greatest big 4 2-stroke rider here today. With a handful of corners left to go, it is tight. Dyson is desperately trying to make that move. But the Yzilla and Sean Smith staying strong so far. With just 3 corners left to go, 3 turns left in the race, 3 turns left today. Can Sean Smith hang on to it? And can he ride the Yzilla to a podium spot in its maiden voyage? So there's 1 turn left to go in the race. Here comes Phil Dyson up the inside. Can Sean Smith protect it? Yes, he can. On the gas on board the Yzilla and across the line. An awesome battle at the end there. And an awesome showing for Sean Smith and the Yzilla 500, grabbing second place overall in its very first attempt. So a podium position for Sean Smith and the Yzilla. But the story certainly isn't over yet. You know that we'll be hitting the racetrack with the Yzilla again very, very soon. Right, race 3 done and dusted. Just talk us through that last race.
Yes, I felt a lot better on it, but I think the more you ride it, you know, the more comfortable you get with it. Yeah, it's I couldn't fault it really. I felt quite at home. Yeah.
So in that last race, you had a bit of hustle and bustle in the first couple of turns. You was lucky to get out of that.
I got bumped about a little bit, to be fair. Some people had it in for me, I reckon.
What, Alan?
Maybe. I don't know. I got bumped about. You know, I was a bit like a pinball.
Yeah, but you came out.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I managed
third
to hold
pretty much.
Yeah, I managed to hold it up.
And then that pesky YZ490 was on you at the end again.
He goes well. I could hear him because it like that thing.
It chatters, doesn't it?
It chatters and it pinks. Yeah. So, but yeah, no, fair play to him on that 490. He rides it well.
But you held him off.
Yeah.
Crossed the line.
Yeah.
Second overall on the day.
Yeah.
Mega job.
Yeah, good job.
So I just want to say massive thanks to Sean for being the guinea pig, being the test pilot, taking the Yzilla for its first race. And also we need to say a big thank you to 24MX and our other channel sponsors for helping us build bikes like this and go racing. So big thanks to those guys. My name is Max, that's Sean. Till next time, we'll see you at the track. Also, a big shout out has to go to Riley and the BRC racing crew. They've built an absolute beast, a weapon. We've had a full day's racing here, hasn't put a foot wrong all day. Can't wait to do some more later this season.